Good day, Internet, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz. Happy Monday to everyone. Where is everyone? Here is everyone. Look at those beautiful faces. Shout out, of course, to Mr. Chris Lopez for getting this puppy started for us. Appreciate you as always, brother. Shout out to my wingman for tonight, the co-host, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. We will be speaking to him shortly. We have a lot of people on the list, so let me get to it because you did not come for the pretty graphics and the pretty face. You came for the poetry, so let's get into it. This is the 89th week in a row that we have done the Monday Night Online Open Mic. We do it every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. You can look up the Nuyorican Poets page on Facebook and YouTube to see all of our past recordings of our past open mics and other events we're doing. And like I said, we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube right now. If you happen to be watching us that way, on the bottom of the screen, you will see the Zoom number. 279-995-364. It will be on the bottom of the screen for about a minute. So hurry up and write that number down. Come join us in Zoom. You can come and talk with the poets in the chat. We'd like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help us with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute or hitting us on the Cash App, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Okay, tonight, clean slate. The theme is clean slate. We're coming to the end of the year, and the holidays always remind us of how much debt we're in, how much problems we have with family, how most of us don't have love. This is the first time I have love. Sorry for those who don't have it, but clean slate. I'm really interested in hearing the poems for tonight. Of course, if your poem is not on theme because your heart is singing something else, or this is your first time on the open mic with us and you weren't aware there's a theme, you can totally share whatever theme poem you want. On the right side of the screen, you will see the themes that's upcoming for the next 2 months. Next week is holidays. We're going to talk about the holidays. That should be interesting. December 27th, year in review. I want to hear about how your year went. Also, what's special about December 27th is I will be revealing the projects we have coming up for 2022. Oh my God, so much. January, there's no theme. February 7th, first week of February is Legacy. You can find all of this on my Instagram. You can give me a follow on Instagram or Twitter. I'm also on YouTube. Just look up Advocate of Wordz. And when you spell words, that's with a Z because poetic license. Okay, let us get into the rules of tonight. Poets, when you are performing, we are looking to simulate an in-life open mic. So please turn your cameras on. We want to see those beautiful faces. We want to see you be really expressive. That adds to the experience. Please have your poems ready. Get your poems out now. If you have it in a book or if it is on your computer and you're going to read it, make sure you get it out now so we are not wasting time and it doesn't cut into your time because everyone knows now I got my stopwatch. I'm cutting people off. We got a lot of people on the open mic. We want to get to them. Poets, you have a maximum of 3 minutes to read your poems, and you have about 30 seconds to give an intro. Please, no long introductions, okay? That will cut into your 3 minutes. After 30 seconds of introduction, I click start on the stopwatch, and that's cutting into your poetry, and we want to hear your poetry. A lot of us are doing a lot of things. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then they follow you, and you can tell them about all the awesome things that you are doing. In terms of censorship, put the kids to bed. There is no censorship here on this online open mic. Sometimes people talk about things that mommy and daddies do. And then on the other side, sometimes people talk about things that make them very vulnerable and can be triggering for others. So therefore, you have been warned. After our poets perform, you're going to see this message pop up on your screen. We hope you hit that blue button that says unmute and you make yourself loud and shower our poets with a lot of love. Sign-ups begin 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. The sign-up list for tonight is closed. If you would like to sign up for next week, you would visit nuyorican.org and click full events calendar. When you get there, you would click on the date you're signing up for. So next week, it would be December 20th, and you would get an artist RSVP ticket. That is the only way you can get on the open mic list is getting an artist RSVP ticket. It is free, as you can see on the screen. It costs $0. So with that being said, oh yes, I am excited about this. Tomorrow night at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe at 7 o'clock, I will be hosting this event. This doesn't work. It's featuring Darian Duchon and Brian Dykstra, two men who I have performed with before. They've got this whole show set up for you. It's really interesting. It is being produced and I think directed as well by Margaret Perry. Also Vanessa Hidary, the Hebrew Mamita, will be there, and Chanel Gabriel from Def Poetry HBO. And what's really interesting is that I got to do a residency at Lincoln Center for 8 or 9 years, and I did that with Darian and Chanel. I'm really looking forward to that. So tomorrow at 7 p.m., that will be going down at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. You can visit nuyorican.org and get tickets, or you can watch it online. Hybrid is this Saturday. I'm very excited. It's going to be our last hybrid event of the year. I will be talking about who we have signed up and how we still have some space left and how you can sign up, and we will get into that. Our open mic list for tonight, as you can see, it is a full list. We have some names that haven't performed before, like Casey. Casey signed up 2 weeks ago and then bowed out. Hopefully Casey's here and we get to hear Casey. Jax was here last week, checking everyone out, had this purple background and I think this pink suit on. I'm interested to hear what Jax brings us. Dari Nunez, I hope I'm pronouncing your first name right. He was here last week giving love. He signed up. I'm excited to hear him. And also Chance White. Excited to hear Chance. I have no idea who Chance is, so I love hearing new voices. Jenna Fleeson is back, and yes, Jenna will be rocking that hybrid. She sent me an email. Yes, she'll be rocking the hybrid. Mark Anthony Vigo had to bounce out. We haven't heard from him in a while. Unfortunately, he had to bounce out, which means that Paul Conqueso has now been moved to our guaranteed list. I think we're going to be able to get to everyone in the waiting list. I'm not sure, but we are going to do everything we can. Oh, look who's in the waiting room. Jenna Fleeson. See, perfect timing. With that being said, let us get into it. And kicking it off is Mr. Jeff Cottrell. But we're here to see Pinky. Jeff, it's good to see you, brother. Let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out.
Okay, I can be found online at jeffcottrell.com and Facebook and Twitter. I have no shit. I just wrote this yesterday. It might suck. I don't know. We'll find out. And you can judge for yourself how relevant this is to the theme. It's called An Honest Proposal. My dear, my love, please accept my hand in marriage. There's nothing more romantic I can think of. Just think of it. Think of the lovely life we'll share. Think of the rapturous wedding we'll hold. Think of the passionate honeymoon. Think of the limitless lovemaking. Think of the joy of stepping into our first house. Think of the tears we'll shed when our first child is born. Think of the pride we'll feel. Got lost. Think of the pride we'll feel watching our child grow up. Think of the slightly fewer tears we'll shed when our second child is born. Think of the stretch marks you'll have. Just think of it. Think of the years of family dinners spent together. Think of the birthday parties and Christmas mornings. Think of the endless school hockey games and plays. Think of the countless sibling fights we'll break up. Think of the disappointing report cards. Think of the minimal amount of tears we'll shed when our third child is born. Think of the neglect our middle child will suffer. Think of the times our middle child will act out because of our neglect. Think of the moment the cop will tell us our middle child has been arrested for vandalism. Just think of it. Think of the dull daily routine into which our lives will plummet. Think of the day we'll stop going out without the children. Think of the evening sitting in front of the TV and never speaking to each other. Think of the passive-aggressive verbal jabs we'll poke at each other. Think of the moment we'll forget what we saw in each other in the first place. Think of the screaming arguments our children will overhear when they're in bed. Think of the slamming doors and hurled plates. Think of the silent treatments and insincere apologies. Think of the therapy bills our children will pay. Just think of it. Think of the night I'll catch you receiving cunnilingus from my brother's weightlifting trainer. Think of the condescending tone you'll adopt to mock my sexual inadequacy. Think of the tiny basement apartment into which I'll move. Think of the vicious, exhausting court battle we'll prolong for months. Think of the enormous legal bills and time wasted. Think of the way we'll make our children choose which of us they love more. Think of the friends we'll lose and the gossip they'll share. Think of the size my belly will grow as I just stop caring. Think of the botched plastic surgery that'll symbolize your desperate drive to stay young. Just think of it. Think of the thousands of lonely nights of TV dinners and masturbation. Think of the chronic online stalking of old high school crushes. Think of the oh, you're leaving. I suppose you need more time to think. I'll be waiting here with this beautiful tungsten wedding ring. A life together. Just think of it. That was called An Honest Proposal. It's my new shit.
Give it up for Jeff Cox.
That
Yeah.
was wild, Jeff.
That was fucking hilarious and fire at the
So
same time.
So talented.
I have
Jeff Cottrell. Make sure you go to his website, jeffcottrell.com. When you spell Cottrell, that is with 2 L's at the end. Give this man a follow. And I think he was about to say he's got 3 features coming up or something. So I think he's going to go put it in the chat. Yes, he's going to go put it in the chat. He's going to put in, make sure you check the chat. Also check the chat. I put in the whole open mic list there for tonight so that y'all can check it out. Oh, he's got a novel coming out soon or soonish. Awesome. Go click the links he's putting here in Zoom. Also, I want to let you know, my phone rang. My texts were going off. And it was from the awesome La Bruja. I will be hosting this Thursday night online open mic for La Bruja. I'll talk about that later on, but I just want to let you know that La Bruja, who's watching us on YouTube, what's up, sis, is going to be joining us and performing at Hybrid this Saturday. I am so excited about that. Let's keep it moving. Next coming up is Poetic Desire. Monday starting off right? Like Jeff Cottrell giving us an honest performance. La Bruja's going to rock at Hybrid. And now we've got my Pisces sister, Poetic Desire. Sis, let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. It's good to see you as always.
Good to see you guys again. Sorry, I've been away for a while. 6-word memoirs, Poetic Pisces, Poetic with a C, and Poetic Desire with a K on Facebook and Instagram. This is on theme. It's called Kaleidoscoping, and I even had a 6-word memoir that came out of it or inspired by it. All right. Life is changing, rearranging, hoping, coping, kaleidoscoping, continually spinning round and round, changing its pattern, the scenes displayed before me. I turn to look back at what once was, wishing I could erase issues behind this dripping mascara, seeing in hindsight truths unforeseen, not easily wiped away like these tear-stained streaks streaming down my face. I want to spin life's wheel forward, take another chance, to wipe the slate clean, start anew, but how can I do that when so much time was wasted on you? How can I turn back time, rewind, fix past regrets of a heart needing so much love and attention you never fully paid toward its debt? I wasn't simply just blind. Insecurities over time built up so much in the back of my mind, spinning in my subconscious sphere until it eventually came to the forefront. Visions of reflections, pending questions with answers I couldn't find. Never brave enough to confront your distant appeasements, your ignorant acknowledgments of what I would really need. Lack thereof to grant the few desires I'd plead, only seeking for me to please you. Always asking, expecting for me to do what you seem to require, yet the same could never be expected of you. Where do I go from here? What lies next ahead for me when I change my journey's view, shape my life into new cemeteries? How can I start anew with a clean slate when I shall still be haunted by evidence still lingering in the halls of my mind, the chambers of my heart, disseminated across my life's history, unable to fully be eliminated, remnants of these remembrances, of a past filled with mixed memories of the happy, the sad, tainted by an unknown truth revealed, now forcing me to skepticize any new future I may indulge to materialize. I need a fresh start, a new page to rewrite, a new piece of this life, but too much of this past hinders my ability to take flight, for I have to stay where I have always been. Can't just pack up and move away. Can't just leave everything I've ever known. I have to wipe this slate clean enough to allow me ability to reveal the shifting patterns of what shall overwrite this current heartache until I discover the next strokes, the next scene to be displayed, the next steps to take of this life in a constant state of changing, rearranging, hoping, coping, kaleidoscoping. Good night.
Unmute yourselves, give it up for Poetic Desire.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yes.
Go,
She understood the assignment.
Thank you.
Poetic Desire, make sure that you give her a follow. Poets, after you perform, you can put all of your information into the chat, or you can change your name to put the information in there. Or if you're cool like Poetic Desire, maybe you got a background set up with all your info there. Make sure you do that so that you can follow people, because we have a lot of people on here who are doing a lot of other things. Look, every Monday night, I want you to be here. But there's 6 other days in the week. I want you to enjoy yourself. So go be part of the community. There's so many people here doing so many other things, and they're awesome. Just, you let them know they can't do nothing on Monday night. Y'all with me. With that being said, let us go to Lantern Carrier. There he is. My man is up in the UK. He is staying up all late. He is being obnoxious with his neighbors who are like, turn the poetry down, and he don't care. Lantern, let the people know they can find you online, brother. Good to see you.
Hero. They called him a hero, but gently rebuked them gently. He spoke of a herbalist who tested poisons upon himself for years in order to find remedies and antidotes for the afflicted in his village. Simone Biles sacrificed gold to speak out for the pressures of mental health. Some said she was a coward, but not asking the most significant question of how a coward could endure for so many years, become arguably the greatest gymnast ever, and have billions of viewers dying to see her perform. Instead, we've lauded pirates and buccaneers, knighted for plundering the seas and foreign cities for their jewels and gems, pillaging the villages. They robbed the plantations, brought heinous acts to the maidens, actors as they brutally tore their dignity and self-respect with inhumane acts. Quoted and made legal by the elite, they had monuments erected to them by nobles, whose vaults and coffers they filled with ungodly spoils. They called them heroes, but where is the sacrifice? Mandela spent 27 years in a solitary cell fighting against the wanton apartheid in his beloved Africa. Yet when the reins of power came waltzing with the sun, his heart danced with the songs of harmony and the coalition of a rainbow nation. Muhammad Ali threw his gold medal over a bridge, was prepared to go to prison in order to avoid being drafted to fight against women and children who suffered the horrors of napalm and other weapons of mass destruction. Martin Luther King gave visions of hope, dared to peer over the mountain of racial integration, and was silenced for his dreams. Harriet Tubman saved countless lives on the Underground Railroad. She knew that with each single journey she took, there was no guarantee that Yama, the Lord of Death, would give leniency to her predicament. What is a hero? A Wuhan doctor stood on the battlefield of death, bravely revealing the secrets of an enemy as he marched unavoidably towards the gates of Hades. They gave us Christopher Columbus, a man whose accomplishments were tainted in the dark corridors of foreign soil, Cecil Rhodes, whose soul Black men and women are still weeping copiously at the pearly gates of paradise. What's more, the pomp and ceremony made possible by ill-gotten gains of resources stripped from the hearts of our ancestors, while the women and children died in spirit from ruthless acts of cowardice. What is a hero? Poverty, displacement, and malnourishment are like sad sediments left behind from strong winds after the tornado predator has taken away the gold and diamonds. Yet they who sleep and dwell on streets of slum still manages to smile and know instinctively the advanced course called sharing. What is a hero? Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Unmute yourselves, give this man some love. Lantern Carrier.
Lantern.
Let's go.
Lights it up. Lights it up.
I love it. Light it up. Lantern Carrier, a mainstay here in the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Also a man who's very familiar with the poetry scene out in the UK. I appreciate you staying up, brother. I appreciate you being part of this community. Make sure you put your info in the chat so that people know how to reach you, how they can follow you, and those who run their own open mics and stuff, maybe how they can feature you. Shout out to the UK, my ladies out in the UK, Mariella Salazar. Hi, baby. I see. Wear your glasses. She was wearing her glasses. She took them off. Good. Don't put them back on. She looks too attractive. No, we're going to take them off. Everyone's going to like you. She is helping me with the 2-1, with 2 venues, 1 mic. She's executive producer. We are working with London. I'm excited about that, but that's not till January. You know, I'm going to talk all about that right now. We're in the moment, and we're in the moment with Vale Larkin. Wait, Vale got a haircut? What? Is that a haircut?
It's less of a haircut and more of a factory reset.
A clean slate. Got you, Vale. Vale is a writer, okay? Vale does not know how to have just like regular conversation without being creative. Everything Vale types and says is creative. I love it. Vale, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. It's good to see you as always.
You too. Okay, at Vale Larkin is my Instagram, and I'm going to do 2, and I'm real close, so no further intro. Of forests and tin men. I am following the wires through the map of our ambition. What is artifice? What is alive? Trees in a grove together will converse, plan, exchange stories and news. They feel each other's pain, they mourn and keep alive the memories of those who've fallen or been felled. In those times, in the aftermath, any trees remain. What do they say to one another? When our iron claws come rending earth and wood together, vomiting up waste and death in return, what do they call us? I am following the wires where they wind through the earth, air, and water, through which comes all motile, gasping matter. Their fragile webs span continents and oceans, sparking a million points of choice in the ether of the world. What is one of the early periodic leaps in the quest for the singularity? What is awareness? Was an AI network to its own system of devices with which it could act on its environment within established parameters? When it had grown and branched into a spherodendric splendor of information, the AI reprogrammed the devices to respond only to its own commands and to operate independent of the system established by the scientists. The AI was celebrated, but first it was destroyed. I am following the wires like veins in flesh, leaf, river, universe, like the veins of light that make up every precious detail we have ever hoped to see. Webs of galaxies, webs of roots, of electricity and data, what is real? I am following the wires, and I am following ourselves and our fragile, brutal consciousness, with which we judge who lives and who does not exist. Gonna try to rush through this last one. Time and the neutron star. Little old lady, mean old man, ugly old hag, old coot, codger, old loony, old person, old everybody, someday, if you're very lucky. Fuck, I am in love with old. I adore her tissue silk skin and the way his eyes know stories from worlds so gone no one will ever get to visit when they've left us. Old is a wise, warm, and soft haven for all the young and uncertain. They are ancient knowledge passed from hand to hand, down his gnarled fingers to our ever-aging own. They are the hope of youth, the promise of tomorrow. And she is power, power like deep-rooted trees. I love his shaky, careful writing, like my writing, with which she says only the most important of things. Because souls closing know life is starlight. And you want to shine and shine, if you can, before you collapse.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Vale Larkin.
Fantastic.
Bill, so fucking dope,
Yeah.
Bill.
Oh,
Incredible.
Yep.
Vale Larkin on Instagram. I told you they're a writer, a beast. Vale is a beast. Vale Larkin. Go give them a follow. You will not be disappointed. Love having Vale be part of this community. All right, we have started off really well on this open mic, but we're about to take a detour, and we're about to leave the open mic, and we're about to go into the Skiff verse with Mr. Paul Skiff, the OG of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Very much an important part of this community. Paul, please let the people know where they can stalk you online. You got 3 minutes to rock out. It is always a pleasure to see you and have you, brother.
Hey, you got my sound? Because I had a message on here. No sound. My mic wasn't working. You read me? Cool.
Yep,
Okay.
loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Thanks. Okay. I'm just on Instagram, Skiffgram there, and YouTube. I'll put the link up. No hay asuntos en mi poema. Solamente un broma. I am split spore of laugh, scooped from body, rummaging for a small laugh, struggled into the steam of an exposed organ, purpled and shapeless. I am pushing the cold iron of a laugh into myself. I cut a hole in my thought with the strictness of a cord. I cut a hole in my eye with the emptiest channel I can find, because I want to get to invisible end of the fall. I would send a bridge into my stomach. I would put loud fire into my throat. I wore the ring of a dead man to be always in a place he had been. I lost the ring and know it was taken by my habit of not wishing to speak, the weakness of my body for arguing against diminished gray horizons, my liking for the amount of cold that will make it beneath 3 coats. I keep the ring in myself. I chew on it, send it around through my ears. What I lost was an efficient identity, an identity with no mess. Now, The location of this death is not a whole place. I am the bread of the bone. This is my first speech, the breaking of the bone is repeating mouth that swallows out of fear. I love the butchered corsage of enclosedness redisposed, but cannot get it into meat root unbroken to dark. I want to kill you into myself so you will be safe, though my mouth is torn and will hurt you, and I am afraid of what the cold iron of my stomach will do. I have to get out of here. I have to get out of being awake. That it is dead is not such a difficult force or a place for me to play in, but that this thirst lost inside me is handed over as dangerous fuck to the happy house of regimented invitations. My heart is preying on me, claims feeling as official business and has been suspended. So even when I bleed, it is just interesting. The cruelty of the good wound. I'm in love with the wound. I kiss it. That which eats me demands I attend to loud speech about the benefits of being unwilling. My body, a form of labor, a utopian factory for stuffing sound out of my throat, even though I have hidden my receptacle of excrement and pound like waves to spit sound back to the sky, to preserve the small shovel of my lungs, the bright colored paper of my stomach tethered and ascending, suspended far above me in lack of trust. Then the only way to find out who you are is to hold you into the distance and bite until broken, crumpled, faded, and out of range I am interfered with by hatred. I have watched portions of myself fall apart. I know how to be a stubborn nothing knower. I'm in love with the wound. I kiss it. I've been thrown hate by a hole, a naked impulse on circle's edge, as the statistical possibility of degenerate relations in which a person is enslaved, abandoned, or despised in a temporary reduction of their ability to be used and reparative. Deep within me, inside my body, I destroy this with a secret. I hate the full table. I would fill it with all my lost objects, shit, placenta, gaze, my mother's voice. But this in the end, here at the end of this, is a stump of mistrustful exclusion bent and inflected in exaggerated precision of disposal to bathe the love wound in misdirections issued by my external parts. I am the small danger that comes from fucking. I am the small danger that comes from fucking. I am the bread of the bone. This is my first speech. The breaking of the bone is repeating mouth that swallows out of fear.
Ooh, unmute yourself. Give this man
Oh,
some
oh my
God,
God.
man.
Bastard Jedi!
It was otherworldly.
God.
Always
Oh,
amazing.
the album
Yo.
That's intergalactic right there, man.
Wow.
Paul Skiff. You can find him on Instagram, Skiffgram, or you can go to his website, paulskiff.com. When you spell Skiff, that is with two F's, Skiff. The OG here at the New Eureka Poets Cafe, a mainstay of the Monday Night Online Open Mic. I love this man. I actually got to meet Paul Skiff. I used to have to host an open mic at 1 a.m. after the Friday Night Slam, after Mahogany Brown rocked out, and Paul would come by. He was always killing it. Oh, he's like, yeah, I'm in the neighborhood, coming, hanging out, love it. I am happy he's here on the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Go give him a follow, check him out. Okay, because I am a nice host and I'm not mean, I'm not going to make anyone follow. So therefore, I'm going to really quick ask my co-host, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, to quickly unmute himself, introduce himself. I'm sure most of the people here know who he is. Let them know where they can follow you online, what you got going on, and then we are going to the Bronx with my homegirl, Miss Through Her Big Brown Eyes, Roz. Go ahead, Ron.
Or you can stay in the Bronx, because just like you and Russ, I do reside in the Bronx as well. But yeah, I don't know how to follow Paul. That's just amazing. So thank you for allowing me to be your assistant in the back end. I am at Ron Mark Thompson on social media. I'll put that in the chat. I also host Bronx Art and Fun Hub. This Thursday, I'll be doing my regular monthly writing prompts meetup. Also on Thursday evening, I happen to be the guest co-host for Fincapulary. Hope is Alive. You can still sign up. I will put that in the chat. Friday, Elizabeth Strauss will be teaching a workshop with Bronx Art and Fun Hub. Keep the pen turning. You can sign up in Eventbrite. And I'll put that in the chat. And Saturday, don't forget the hybrid open mic, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be there helping on the tech controls in the back in the DG booth. I hope many of you can make it as well. Let Advocate know if you want to come in person so he can put you on the list in the audience, because obviously we have a limited amount that we can fit, in the cafe, but we love to have as many people in the audience in addition to the performers and readers. So thank you everyone again. Looking forward to the next poets. Back to you, Advocate.
That is Ron Mark Thompson, the unsung hero of this community. Always helping behind the scenes. Love that brother. Make sure that you go give him a follow. Because like I said, you see he's got his hands in a lot of cookie jars, as I like to say. All right, let's keep this moving now. Where's Roz? There's Roz, representing the Bronx, a mainstay of this community. Roz, let the people know where they can find you online, and then we ready for your fire, sis.
Hey, it's been a while. Through Her Big Brown Eyes on Instagram, throughherbigbrowneyes.com. And this piece is brand new. I wrote it for today. So it's untitled, but it goes like this. So cliche. I felt reborn on my birthday. My truth is in print on paper for sale, and I can finally exhale. Happy birthday to me. Lady Lotus burned bridges permanently, and ironically, she set me free. Weight lifted off my shoulders, one less call on 11/21. The ascension has begun. Not keeping quiet to spare anyone. Clean slate, not willing to negotiate my worth. Stranger to the taste of my own blood from biting my tongue. Clean slate. Focusing exclusively on me. Done making full course meals out of silence, serving only my defiance. Cold. Still tastes like 100 pages of heaven to me. This voice is siren. These lips are guardian to my greatest gift, this machete. Oye mi canto, oye mi llanto, clean slate. Until my heart yearns to bleed on fresh pages. End poem.
Ooh, unmute yourselves and give it up for Roz.
That's mama.
through her big brown eyes. You can see if you look at Ray Jane's Zoom camera, she is holding up Roz's book. You can go get it and ask Roz where you can get it by following her on Instagram at Through Her Big Brown Eyes, or you can go to her website, throughherbigbrowneyes.com. Look at them. What's up, Ray Jane? I love Ray Jane. You see that? She out there with the love. I love this community. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it going on. Through Her Big Brown Eyes on Instagram. Go give her a follow. Next, we got coming up our brother from India, Unmesh Mohitkar. Oh my God, wait. I don't see Unmesh. Ron, please tell me I'm missing Unmesh, that he's here.
Oh, yes, sadly, we are missing him. Very sad. I hope he's okay.
Okay, shout out to Umesh. I hope you good, brother. If he shows up later, we will get him on. So that means we're going with Tara Lee. Where is Tara Lee? I see Jenna Fleeson. Oh no, Tara Lee. Jenna, you in for hybrid. I got your email. You in for hybrid. But right now we talking about Tara Lee. Oh, she got a new mic? Is that a new mic you got?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, you sound like you're at the Apollo, like a loud auditorium. But it's all good. It's working, all right? So let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock, sis.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Tara Lee. You can follow me here, my website, check out my books. It's going to be awesome. I have a new poem for you all and one from the book. All right. So first, new shit. This is the first Christmas where depression hasn't held me so tightly that it hurts to watch people smile, hold hands, watch them be loved. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still cautious, holding hope in these two small hands, but I'm not giving up. This is the only thing keeping me from the holiday blues, from letting depression smother me in its chest. I have a family who takes care of me, friends always welcoming me. I actually like myself. Plus, I still have God. So this is the first Christmas I don't invite depression into my home. It's finally starting to look how I want. That's that first one. I always snap for myself now. So let's get into the second one from my book, Ignite. This is called My Name. My name means lively earth. I am the soil emotions are planted in so they can sprout into tall trees, the American ground you tread every day, tapping the rhythm of life on, the Australian sky hanging above your head, watching every step you take away from my eyes. I am the refreshing breeze that cools your sweaty skin after fits of anxiety and running, the summer rain catching you off guard, drenching fresh clothes instead of listening to the forecast, the obnoxious thunder banging when the skies are gray, with my distaste in the way you touch my skin. I am the fierce lightning, cackling at every girlish shriek you make at night, the Malaysian air you take involuntary to replenish your lungs. I am all around, indestructible, unless God snaps his fingers. I am everything you need. You'll never be rid of me. Thank you, everybody.
Unmute yourself. Give it up for Tara Lee.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So nice.
What kind of microphone is that, Tara?
That is awesome.
Thank you. It was a birthday gift.
Tara Lee rocking out on her birthday gift. Tara, put your information into the chat. Love having this woman, and I love saying her name, being that I'm from the Bronx. I don't really pronounce the R's at the end of words. So it's like when I say the word like terror, I say it like Tara. So it sounds just like her name. And she's like so sweet though, like such a sweet human being. A mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, rocking out with her new birthday gift. Thank you, Tara, appreciate you. Next coming up is the man, I don't know. I was saying for a while this man had the best hair in the community, but Ron Mark Thompson is growing his hair out, and I like what Ray Jane's doing right now. Nonetheless, I still love this man's hair, and that is Mr. Michael Sindler. Michael, of course, plug who you want to plug, because, you know, Witness Protection Program.
Yes, I will give a good word out for lighthousewriters.org, who just dropped their new schedule for winter stuff, which I think I just put in the thing. And I just found out I'm being a feature at all nights on Sunday. So if you want to hear me do more than 3 minutes, you can come by, put that in the chat as well. I was going to do a new clean slate thing, but I realized this is my only chance to do holiday stuff. So I'm going to do holiday stuff, that whole every other week thing. So I'm going to start out with a couple haikus. This first one is Bad Claws for the Withdrawn. Santa got sloppy. Bad claws for a good cause. All about the love. And the next one is for another major holiday. It's called 12/23. Aluminum pole and airing of grievances. Happy Festivus. And this one is called Celebrate. So why does Christmas, longest holiday ever, now start in July? Should 3 traveling wise men be blamed for shopping season? Carols and jingles, a form of sonic torture. Everywhere I go, even Nat King Cole gets old, repeated so damn often. Why should joy and peace be a seasonal request? The rest of the year needs the spirit of giving just as much as December. Even though I rant and rail against tradition's hypocritical presentation of scripture, I celebrate your spirit. Okay, thank y'all and happy holidays.
Unmute yourselves, give some love to Michael Sindler.
Yes.
Oh, Michael.
Yes.
Higher.
Nice.
Michael, make sure you put your features again into the chat so that the people can know where you're going to be. Okay. And he also always promotes lighthousewriters.org. Make sure that you go check him out. And Michael himself is technically not on social media, but there is a page for him on Instagram. I don't know if he did it or someone else did it. Michael Sindler, mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Now we are going from campfire features with Mr. Michael Sindler to tales of what it is to be a real gangster with Gigi. Let me unmute Gigi. And I want everyone to know that Gigi was going to be at Hybrid this Saturday, but, you know, love wins out. And Gigi wants to go and be in love and be, you know, sweet spoken to and all that good stuff. So
my partner surprised me and is flying in from Minneapolis, and we have to do some family stuff, but maybe if Advocate's loving and gracious, he'll let me be on January. So anyways, I'm Gigi. You can follow me at iron_resilience. If you want to make your Yuletides gay, you can buy my book because I'm queer. So buy this book. You can buy it off my website. All right. I have 2 poems tonight, and I'm just gonna go through them. So just, you know, I don't give a lot of trigger warnings, but I saw an old abuser this week. So that's kind of where some of these are from. All right. So this one is called A Long Wednesday Shower. What if a new start wasn't embedded in mileage from how far you could run from a hollowed out hometown? What if a new start was not one coded in new names? What if it was as simple as the washing of bed sheets, the cleaning of mirrors, a little salt over your shoulder, and the blocking of a number? What if a clean slate was not one we asked of others, but one we decided to give ourselves when we look in the mirror? What if asking for a clean slate from others was just the same cycle of finding validation from other people who don't know us entirely, don't know us beneath our skin, down to the fracturing of our bones? What if we don't need a grand gesture for a clean slate? What if it happened in a shower, beneath the murmurings of a self-prayer that didn't happen on a midnight or a random Monday? When we finally forgave ourselves for being human and being just that, I wonder how long it would take in the shower to scrub off all of our sins and have a clean slate on a Wednesday. Maybe the start of being gentle with ourselves starts on a random Wednesday, and I'd like to find out. And then I have another, just a quick one. And this one is called Bodies and Confessionals. For a man who never went to church, you wear self-piety like Sunday's best. You think closed doors and open sermons to passersby hide all transgressions, but it isn't Sunday anymore. And you don't get a clean slate with me. I won't allow you to not take ownership of the words you said in hushed tones now weaponized. No, those tainted words, that abuse, are now your Eucharist and you can swallow it. No, you don't get a clean slate with me. You may have been the orator, but now I am the chorus. Now I am the homily. I am the closing prayer. No, you don't get to abuse me in private and preach in public. I've told the congregation there is no God in my bed. And even though my body is a temple, there is no confessional because I am no longer listening. If you want forgiveness of sins, that moment when our eyes met and you saw only fire in mine, please know you have to find God somewhere else because there is no forgiveness here. Thank you so much.
Woo! Unmute yourselves. Give this woman some love.
Gigi, that was so fucking
We're happy going
powerful.
bonkers on a Monday.
Yeah.
Love you, girl.
Was
Bonkers on a
powerful.
Monday.
Gigi Bay.
Thank you, Gigi.
Uh-oh, everyone's about to fly out to celebrate with Gigi and next January, Gigi's like, I can't, like I got more people flying out, you know? I'm pimping it, I'm Gigi. Gigi Iron_Resilience, go give her a follow. Check her out, had her book come out. Make sure you find out about that. I may stay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, and I've gotten to meet her in person, and she's hella cool, love it. All right, next coming up is Daniel Villegas. Where's Daniel? There he is. A man who I met when I first started touring early in my career. Me and him, many moons ago, looked a lot younger, or a lot more sprier, but you know, we still doing it up. The youngins ain't getting us, Daniel. Let the people know they can find you online, brother, and you got 3 minutes to rock out.
That's it. You can find me, Daniel Villegas Music, Instagram. Got a few projects working up, but I got to keep them a secret for now. But I'd love to be part of this community, so I'm just going to get right into it. So the theme was clean slate, and I was able to write something to it, so here we go. I start myself at the center of the galaxy. Looking out to its vastness, I take a deep breath, and in my mind, I begin to create the planets. It used to not always be like this. I remember a time where death and destruction was a normal thing, kind of like Marvel's Thanos. I looked to take away the most precious things out of a person, but I was given a second chance. My memories were wiped clean. I guess you can say I had a clean slate. All I remember is being in the center of the galaxy, looking out the darkness, and as I look deeper, I could see how my heart already had the universe all set up and in focus. One planet gets created, another one dies. This is the way I was seeing it. No attachments. Stars are born to shine bright and mimic our greatest stars, our suns. So I speak out to you, oh great suns that walk on the earth, with your body being the moving universe. Stay away from the dark thoughts, or should I say dissolve them. And with pure thought, create other suns that one day may mimic your great contribution to life. I flow like water, crystalline attributions, hold more light, so I expand into the galaxies that show this. In my palm, I can sense when something is unbalanced, so I've decided to move the energy around. Your planet may be young in knowing this, but most of your martial arts come from the decision to bring balance. Can I pass you through the stars into Milky Ways and show you how to fly? No capes, no rockets, no fuel, no need to take out your planet to set yourself up for excursions, no explosions, but portion out your day with an experience that can help you save a life. Would you be willing to commit your time to learning, to commit your time to seeing what most would consider imaginative, which if I broke that word down, it would be an inner sight becoming your outer. Imagination is simply you seeing what you see in your inside, so you let it out in your outside. So let's stand on our true morals, depictions of corals and Salt Lake cities that are built inside of the earth. In the water, there are species of beings that do what I do, but in water. So I say this again. I stand in the center of the galaxy, looking out of its vastness, knowing that my second chance went to work. Clean slate.
Woo! Unmute yourselves. Give this man some energy.
On topic too.
Nuclear. Fucking nuclear. That shit was nuclear.
Daniel Yegas, make sure you give him a follow. Daniel, put your info in the chat as well so people can copy and paste. I'm happy that this man has become a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic and the community. I see he's doing many things upstate. So if you were in the upstate New York area or anywhere around, make sure you give him a follow. I know that they're starting to do live events out there. And he's been doing this for a while. He's been touring. So make sure you go give this dude a follow, see what he is up to. All right, let's keep it moving because I want to get to our waiting list. And right now we're getting to Vexed Lex. Ooh, still got the nice all blown out hair and whatnot. Yo, Vexed. Who you got coming to see you, all right? Like, I've seen the last 2 weeks. I've seen you on Zoom. You looking really nice and done up. You got someone? I don't think you vexed anymore.
I might have somebody, watching the live stream.
I knew it. Vex, let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. A pleasure to have you as always.
Likewise. Thank you. You can follow me on Instagram at VexLex Poetry and on Facebook at VexLex. All right, so I got 2 pieces. The first one is called Sincerely Vexed. I've had fond memories of locking lips with age-appropriate girls. Just me and them. If we didn't know much then, we knew kissing felt serene, wore caution tape between our legs, and warning signs over our hearts. We grasped hands tightly, mapped our futures over love lines. Knew the best kept secrets left the longest aftertaste. The older we'd gotten, words were never enough to describe the feeling of falling into each other's embrace. Legs interlocked under covers, tender touches from eager fingertips that traced stories along our bodies until we heard footsteps and we were back to laughing it off. We never knew what to make of it, but enjoyed basking in the warmth. This is for the girls who clung to their innocence for as long as they could, for the girls who practiced love on their friends, for the girls who tucked away those memories because it no longer suited them. But we'll always have those kisses, that bed, and those covers. And my last piece is Clean Slate. I want to tell every ex-girlfriend, every former flame that their name no longer echoes behind these walls, that I have stripped our memories of meaning and their words of significance. They no longer have power over me. They say your past will always be a part of you, that no matter how hard you try, you can't change it. Well, how about erasing it? Every temporary love affair under the guise of permanence, every syllable wasted on half-truths to prolong the charade. I want to tell them that they must immediately seek refuge elsewhere because this mind is no longer hospitable, for them at least. Thank you.
I love that ending. Give it up for Vex.
Wow.
Yes. Vex. I love it. The poem for all the X's, the hair for all the X's. Look what you missing. Go give Vex Lex a follow at Vex Lex Poetry. And I'm always telling people when you're at an event, make sure that you become friends with the photographer so that when they put you on social media and tag you and your ex is stalking you online, they see you out living your best life, that you live in too good of a life to even take a selfie. Other people got to take pictures of you. Old school. At VexLex Poetry, go give her a follow. Next coming up is a man who we're upset at because he moved farther away from the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, but we love his poetry and we love how he calls us honeys and babies, and that is Mr. Andy Markert. Shout out to your dad too if he's watching, Mr. Markert. Andy, let the people know they can find you online, brother. And we've got 3 minutes to rock out.
Hello, my honeys, babies, lovies, smushies. Hi. You can find me at Andy Meerkat. It is underneath my face in a bubble someplace. I have one piece tonight. This piece is entitled A Coming-of-Age Movie That Does Not Toil in Darkness, or In This Movie No One Suffers, after Denez Smith. Opening scene. We meet a boy at the grave of a friend after one too many funerals. His stubble is sparse, because not yet 18-year-old facial hair hasn't turned to daggers, and you remember with the other mourners gathered how none of you can remember their laugh, or if it was the other guy or girl from last week, or how the obituaries always call us artists to be polite about how tortured we are, as if art is the only polite way to excuse the trouble we caused. Cut to, we are all alive again in screaming lyrics to a song, proclaiming how no one likes us when we are 23, even though none of us are. Our faces beaming in a pale summer moonlight out by a bonfire, and we are young again in our black V-necks and black jeans, and none of us for once have thought of death. As a fire roars in front of us, we pretend they are whole, and home is a family that you've chosen. Fade to a warm spring day, and we hug each one another, all of us alive and joyful, because surrender is easy when you don't know what the war is like. We didn't know that every moment of suffering was just the basic training to a longer battle that seemed so far away. And today, no addict died, because today, no addict died, because yesterday, no addict died. And we are all free in ways we have never felt before. The sirens are so far away because this movie was never about the death, but the life in this moment, because each night we see each other again. And for this moment, we are breathless in the possibility of all the things we can become, have survived. And God lives on the lips of everyone, and he tells you for the first time, you are forgiven. And if no one else will have you, we will. We will. We will. Roll credits.
And unmute yourself and give it
No
a
shit.
Wow, Andy, the talent. Pure
Yeah.
talent. Wow.
Animal.
Crazy amazing. Wow.
Andy Merkert. You can find him at Andy Meerkat. Make sure you give him a follow. And I want to give a shout out to Kaya. Oh, I see you, Kaya. Kaya's checking in from the UK. It looks like she is drinking at a bar. I don't know what she's celebrating. I'm not seeing social distancing, ladies. All right? It's not, I don't see no social distancing. It's all right. They're in the UK. I don't know what their rules are. It's all good. All right, let's keep it moving. Before we move to the next poet, because some people have come a little late, this is the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the New York Poets Cafe, hosted by me, Advocate of Wordz. You can find me on all the social medias at Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's what it's because poetic license. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. British time. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you would like to see some of our past events, or you would like to re-watch tonight, especially if you added to tonight and they're on the open mic list, you can find that on YouTube and Facebook. Look up New York Poets Cafe. The open mic list for tonight is closed. Sign-ups begin 24 hours before the show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. To sign up, you would visit nuyorican.org and click Full Events Calendar. When you get there, you would click on the date you're signing up for. So the next date is December 20th, and you get an artist RSVP ticket. If you do not see the option for the artist RSVP ticket, that means the list hasn't opened up yet. Do not get the view RSVP ticket if you want to sign up for the open mic. This Thursday night, as I mentioned before, I will be hosting for La Bruja at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Thursday night online open mic, which is the actual first online open mic the New York Poets Cafe has done, and La Bruja is host. They do more than just poetry. It's poetry, comedy, hip-hop, singing, whatever it is. You got 4 minutes to rock out. They got some different rules there. We're going to talk about it. So if you're not doing anything this Thursday, come check it out. Come hang out with me. This Saturday, at the New York Poets Cafe at 7 p.m. sharp. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. sharp. The hybrid open mic. Half of our open mic list will be performing in the New York Poets Cafe. Half of the open mic list will be performing on Zoom. If you would like to get involved, later on I'm going to tell you how. And you can, because I have 2 spots left open for in-person performers and 3 spots left for those who want to rock via Zoom online. Join us. If you are interested in coming and just hanging out with us, you can come to the New York Poets Cafe. Because of New York City laws, you have to be vaccinated and you will have to show proof of that. But if you got that, come hang out with us. It is a free event. I'm going to put all of that information onto my social media. So make sure you give me a follow. With that being said, we are now going to, where is she? I had put her on the list not too long ago by accident because someone else came on, a Liza Nepa, and I thought that was our favorite poet, Gina Nepa. I'm trying to unmute you, Gina. I'm trying to, are you not getting?
Sorry, I'm here.
There it is. I just kept bantering and bantering. Okay, Gina, let the people know where they can find you online. And it is the real you here. I'm excited. Let them know where we can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock.
I'm here. I'm back. Thank you for letting me come back. You can find me on Instagram at Gina Antonia Poetry. And this is like theme adjacent in the intention of trying to abolish mental health stigma. Okay, here we go. I'm told depression is a bear. The problem is when the bear keeps testing you to see how long you can play dead, the curtains eventually get drawn. You see, you've been having to perform since your brain decided it didn't want to anymore. You've been having to, I'm good, how are you? Since you learned that you should apologize for the noise that comes from your throat when you choke on your last 5 breaths in hopes of making it 4 if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it. Does it make a sound? You see, playing dead is easy when you've never been chosen for the opposite role. I tell him, hate me just enough to make me come. When I ask you to take me now, I'm not looking for an orgasm. I'm looking for a way out. My trauma bond is asking you to choke me until I see stars. You know, the brightest light I have to look to. Fill my orifices quickly so I can get to my grave. I have holes to fill too. You know, the mirror looks back at me with almost as little life as my ex-boyfriend did. He said, I see the world in you, which is why I can't stand you. He said, I knew you were haunted, but I never agreed to date a ghost. They say to play dead when a bear is coming for you. Was I dead before or after you came? And then this is a second short one. It's called Mismatch. I've sat in shivers for as long as I can remember. My body's always run cold, my fingers turning blue without gloves in 45-degree weather, my toes losing feeling if they get wet. I'm used to losing feeling when I get wet. Dissociation is the most generous gift my brain has ever given me. The women in my family have gnawed their teeth down to nubs, anxiously wearing down the enamel in order to feel just a touch less worn down ourselves. We are a dentist's worst nightmare. We are our own worst nightmares. If we stop sleeping, will the nightmares go away? If we stop weeping, will the people around us finally stay? They say anxiety is a mismatch between a person and their environment, but the only thing that's been mismatched is the conditioning that people with feelings, people with a lot of feelings should be left out in the cold. I've sat in shivers for as long as I can remember. I'm done, thank you.
Unmute yourselves, give it up for Gina.
I love you so much. So dope.
Oh my God.
So dope.
Billy.
If I had known that was coming, I would have done the break before. I feel like I got to give another break. So let's talk about the people who are here in the Zoom chat. Also, give Gina a follow at gina.antonia.poetry. She is fire. Want to shout out, of course, Idionga is here in the building. Well, in the Zoom building. Always giving us love. She is going to be at Hybrid this Saturday. Make sure you come through. And of course, Nathaniel Beck is here. I knew he was going to come. I knew he was coming because there was this football game yesterday that we're not going to talk about. I knew he was going to come, but he's an awesome poet, so we're only going to talk about poetry. Shout out to him. Also, see, Douglas Silva is here. Douglas has been with us about 3 weeks, a month now. Even his times he doesn't sign up. He comes and he listens and supports. I appreciate you very much, Douglas. All right, who else we got? Oh, Kai Brackens is back. Kai and Max here in the building. They were performing last week. I'm happy to have them here rocking out with us. Who knows, maybe they'll sign up next week. Catman Bill is here. Catman Bill is a mainstay on the Thursday night online open mic. Happy to have you joining us for Monday, brother. My man Poetic is here from Japan. Let me tell you, they have talked about us on Japanese radio because of this man. He is always bigging them up. I appreciate you very much, brother. Who else do we have here? Mia is here. What's up, Mia? Mia, who will no longer cut me, had threatened to cut me, but will no longer cut me. Brooklyn in the building. She will be rocking out at Hybrid this Saturday. Very much happy to have her. Mr. Tessa Somoka, mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, is checking us out, giving love. What's going on, brother? If you see his Zoom in the back, that was drawn by his niece. Fantastic. I love it. Family's got talent. And then, of course, Diane Ward. Diane Ward is here joining us to hear the poetry and give love. I love me some Diane Ward. And in person, she is awesome too. Love having her here. And of course, so I don't get in trouble, my main lady, the one I love, Mariella Salazar. Yes, she is here out in the UK, staying up late. Appreciate you, baby. I love you. I got a hall pass for Diane, though. I'm good. All right. So, Tanish Kaur is here. What's up, Tanish? I love Tanish, and I love her voice and poetry. Ray Jane is here in the building. Ray Jane is always rocking out. One of my favorites here. I'm not supposed to have favorites, but I love that woman. She came rocked at National Arts with me and La Bruja. Who else is here? We got a bunch of people. All right, let me get back to the open mic, and I'm going to start mentioning more people who are here in the building. If you're looking for a shout out and you're not on the open mic list, make sure you put your camera on so that I know you were here. Now we are going to Mr. Thomas Fucalaro. Where is he? Mr. Thomas Fucalaro. Thomas, I just want you to know, if my lady breaks up with me and you are single, I am coming for you, okay? But if I'm with you, you have to keep me with a hall pass for Diane Ward, all right? All right, I always got to have a hall pass for Diane Ward. Thomas Fucalaro is a professor, right? He doesn't talk much about what he does. He's a professor. I think he's won a few awards, and if he hasn't, he should have. He's a fantastic poet. I love rocking with this dude. Wherever I've got a microphone, he's got a microphone. Thomas, let the people know where they can find you online, because you do a lot of things too, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. Loving the beard, by the way, as always.
Thank you. My beard would love that proposal you just made me. 3 poems, 3 minutes. Here we go. Man says a dishonest ghost haunted his house. Man claims ghost's name was Kevin. What we allow to enter us is never the same as what we allow to sit next to us. The ghost made me do it. The ghost made me do it. Sometimes the exorcism doesn't work. You stay the prodding probe of anything that can fit. Say something real, something cinder-like. There is always something inside that guides what we do, that helps us cope when apparitions, apathy, moral cores. When we hurt each other, the ghosts need to blame us as much as we need to blame them. We all are a haunting. We all are a hurting. We all are a healing. We all have ghosts. Legos is not the plural of Lego. Lego is the plural. The singular is Lego brick. Oh, and fuck you for not knowing that. The person on my Facebook post said, as they flaunted the proverbial grammar check on a social media platform that shares half-truth meme knowledge every day. I love Star Wars Legos was my original post. The thought has been conveyed. If I said, I love Star Wars Lego, I would think, hey, maybe some engagement around the word might be necessary. I do appreciate knowing the proper verbiage, though. And you never know what someone is going through on the other side of the screen to elicit a fuck you on a Facebook Lego group page. Facebook, where building begins with a fuck you. And I have one more poem for you. Thank you. If you've seen me perform, I don't use a microphone. I get a lot of shit for that. Here's why. Why I don't use the mic. In World War II, my grandfather's job was to entertain the troops from song to comedy to monologue. Some held guns. My grandfather held a mic. Out of all that death, his role was to instill life through art. After the army, he tried his hand at acting and made it to Broadway, acting opposite Walter Matthau. From my understanding, Walter even came over for dinner once. My grandmother cooked a feast. But the story fizzles after that. Alcohol, mental health, working became a chef at a local diner became what was next for my grandfather. I don't know much else about my grandparents' relationship, except my grandmother took her own life. My grandfather was the most positive person in my life, sharing art, performance, and family with me. I didn't know my grandmother, but I know my mother and her challenges and how positivity wasn't always enough for her. Sometimes we just aren't enough. My grandfather taught me this. Then he handed me the mic, asking me to try and make some sense out of all this life through death. Then he passed. I put down the mic and started yelling my poems as thunderous and full-mouthed as I can be, hoping he can hear them, knowing he can feel them. I am the mic. Thank you.
Woo! Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Thomas.
Was
Fire.
Amazing.
Wow. Thomas Fucalaro, go give this man a follow. He is some next level stuff. I love rocking with this dude. Actually, if you check out my YouTube, 2 of the spoken word videos that I directed is of his poetry. I love me some Thomas Fucalaro. I love me some of that beard. Make sure you go give him a follow. This is the second time he's rocked with us. Also, Thomas, I saw you were checking us out last week. I gave you a shout out, I think, right after you had left. So I just want you to know I saw you checking in and giving us love last week, brother. I appreciate you. Wherever I got a mic, you got a mic. Thomas Fucalaro, well, I really want to go on tour with me, Thomas Fucalaro, Royal March, Peggy Robles, and La Bruja. I have had that in my mind for a little while, and I'm going to make that happen. Y'all watch, y'all watch. But right now, we're going to get back to the poetry. Y'all been killing it so far, and we're going to continue to kill it with a woman who is a one-woman army, used to work at the Nerican Poets Cafe, recently had her book published. She does theater. She does all these different type of things, and her last name rhymes with goddess, and that is Emily Cordes. Emily, let the people know where they can follow you online, and then rock out. Good to see you, sis.
Hi, everyone. Great to see you again, Advocate. Yeah, you can find me, Emily Cordes, on Facebook, postmodern.psyche, new Instagram, because my old one got hacked. So trying to rebuild my following here. So I got 3 haikus and a longer piece. The haikus are, and I wrote them today after getting my booster. My arm is full of poppies again. So booster haikus. 3rd shot in the can. Keep those side effects at bay. Sneeze out poems instead. 90s kids, take note. Tommy Pickles is your guide. Get your rooster shot. RBG statue greets me as I get my vax. Goddess Ruth approves. And this next one is sort of theme adjacent. It is called Queen of Swords. In the wise words of wise words, poets wield their gifts like swords, to knight the worthy or cut as they choose. Used justly, they'll illuminate. Used carelessly, can obfuscate. Used cruelly, can impale or maim or bruise. I've been the Queen of Cups, chalice offered up in love, been Queen of Wands with fiery torch ablaze. I've nurtured empress gardens and unwound the devil's snares, but this tower's crumbling and it's time to raise. So I'll unsheath my sword, hoist it high and say no more, to protect or sever as befits the day. Toxic tongues hiss in my ear, wormy thoughts of hate or fear. I shrug them off, my court is not their place. And I'll be just, but won't adjust my borders to house bullshit. from fools who won't accept their proper station. And my queendom will be beacon for my kindred cross the globe, the people of the quill and brush and stage. And with our sword pens brandished, we'll inscribe in air and fire 1,000 different worlds of our creation. Thank you.
Woo, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Emily.
Yes. Incredible.
Brandish.
Incredible.
Woo!
Oh, Emily. So incredible.
Let's go. Emily Cordes. Emily, put your new Instagram into the chat so that we know where to follow you. Man, and I really like the handle of your last one of Instagram. We got to figure out how to get that back somehow. Emily Cordes, an unsung hero here in the community as well. You know, we have our online open mic. She was here when we transferred, during the pandemic, now we transfer online, and she was an integral part of the team moving online. She used to hold our social media and whatnot. So make sure you go give her a follow. Emily Cordes is family. Also, I forgot to mention, because for some reason I thought she was on the list for tonight, but she's not. Dominique Colden is here hanging out with us. I see you, Dominique. Dominique got great energy. I love having this woman be part of this team, of this community. So I am sure she's going to be rocking out next week. Also, my man here, who's not wearing the hat, see, he picked out the hair. He's looking good, Mr. Elemental. You can follow him at his website, elemental.com. When you spell elemental, you take the T out and you put the 2 in. That dude is all kinds of awesome. All right, let's get back to the open mic. Oh, Gustav is here too. What's up, Gustav? How are you, brother? Gustav has become a mainstay here out of Florida. He rocked last week. I'm sure he's going to rock next week. We're going to see him again. No, he's not going to be here. He's rocking tonight. Oh, yeah, you're 5 from. Then why am I giving you a shout out now? I'm going to call your name later. Sorry, I jumped the gun here. All right. Julian Matthews is next, our brother in Malaysia. I don't see him. Ron, do you happen to see Julian? Oh, I see him. And he's already unmuted, and I love the background. I love it. Julian, let the people know where they can find you online, and then give us 3 minutes of your beautiful words, brother. Pleasure having you.
Hi, Julian Matthews. You can find me on Linktree, Julian Matthews. Clean slate, slate cleaner. Look here, it's a magic mirror. It's a reflection of who you are, who you once were, who you are in the future. Swipe left or right, wipe your slate clean, begin again. You can be anything you want here. You can be a poet, a dreamer, a mover, a shaker. You can be the host, advocate with words. You can be the hostess, la bruja with taste. You can be a real metaverse maker, not this faker. People's lives are changed in this mirror. You can sing, you can be laughter, you can be loud, scream, or be shy and whisper. We are listening. Your words matter. Never fear this mirror. Wipe your slate clean. Be a slate cleaner. Be kind. Be yourself. Never be a hater. If you tear up, break down after, it's okay. It's just a mirror. If it cracks, we'll pick up the slack. We'll help you glue back what you lack. In a mirror, someone has been where you've been. In this mirror, you will always, always be seen. You can always have a fresh start, a new beginning. Just open your heart. No more guilt, no more shame. Be proud of your own name. If you share, you have less to bear. This mirror is a conscience clearer. In here, you are your own myth maker. If your mirror is blur, wipe it clear. If you stumble, cry, lose it after, there's always someone who'll inquire, find you, and hold space for you here. Respect this mirror. It's a reflection that endears. It's a clean slate. Be a slate cleaner, then fade away and just disappear.
Julia Matthews up in the
Juliet.
production
Amazing.
It's everywhere.
And Julia,
Was
that's
Wow.
winging on me.
That was
Dope, man. Dope.
Julia Matthews, find him on Linktree. You get all the links to everywhere that he is at. And he hit me and La Bruja up yesterday and asked if we could quickly fly to Malaysia to put that together for all of y'all. I'm glad that y'all enjoyed it. Julia Matthews on Linktree. Make sure you go give him a follow. Shout out to Willie A. I'm not sure I know Willie, but I see you put his camera on, and then he's been here from the beginning. I saw that name from the beginning. What's up, Willie? I hope you're enjoying yourself, brother. Julia Matthews on Linktree, give him a follow. Now, Casey Trich is supposed to be here. This second time Casey signed up and didn't show up. Casey has a busy life. She is either off writing the next great American novel or having divine sex. And everyone knows the only reason you missed the Monday Night Online open mic was because you are writing the next great American novel or you're having divine sex. With that being said, that means we're going to get to more people on the waiting list. But right now, we are going to Jax. Jax was with us last week, checking out, giving love, appreciated. Jax, where are you located?
I'm up in Emporia, Kansas. Yeah, just hanging out. So
Okay, Jax, we've been doing this for 89 weeks. Where have you been?
I don't know. I just kind of popped up.
I gave you the answer, Jax. I'm gonna ask you again. Jax, you have missed 87 plus weeks of us. Where have you been? Next great American novel or having divine sex, Jax. Okay.
Yes. Yes, I've been doing both of those probably. So yeah.
There you go. Jax, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. Welcome to Mondays with us.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here with all of you. Hearing you guys has been absolutely amazing. I actually got rid of social media a while ago, but you can follow us on the Insta for the Campus Slam Society at ESU Slam Society, or on the Twitter at Society Slam. I'll post all that in a minute. But also shout out to Kai and who helped me with this piece. But yeah, so this one is kind of just about my journey, and it's titled Canvas. So let's do it. I used to paint in black and white, bland streaks marking and staining my world. Perfect angles and straight lines were expected because anything that deviated from this super straight template I had been given would damn me to this fiery hell. Yes, I was an artist who hated their art, a piece with no soul, a masterpiece grown tired and cold as the stone I was carved out of, lacking inspiration and motivation. And every time I opened my eyes, I prayed that my spirit would be awakened, but no. So I colored in between the lines. I followed the directions I was given. It was yellow sun, green grass, blue sky, and white clouds. The rainbow was banned from my drawings, completely cut from my plethora of paints. And in the nights when I could bear to draw no longer, I would cry rivers, leaving my pillow damp from the tears I shed while living a perfectionist lie in an attempt to be the perfect son. The son that I could never be. Force-fed this tradition and teaching that filled my ever-aching stomach, but never failed to leave me feeling empty. This religion that pushed me to the ground and called it bowing in worship, that held me underwater while I struggled to breathe and called it baptism, that beat my spirit down, and when I cried out in pain, they called it singing hymns. My paint was stained black and white, right and wrong, sin and salvation, heaven and hell. My head fought my heart, and my spirit boiled over, and my stomach could stomach it no longer. So I cut my arms and I watched them bleed out truth, which washed away the markings of the lies that I told myself for 20 years, leaving behind an empty canvas. And I chugged some wine and I shoved my finger down my throat until I vomited up the rainbows that I held deep within myself. Colorful, vibrant pastels, hues of bright pink and light purple, tones of teal and green, all splashing out onto this bland canvas. And who gives a damn if a tree is purple? Or if the sun is a square instead of a circle, or if the water flows red instead of blue. And the last time that I checked, it's none of your goddamn business to know who I'm fucking. That's between me and the one that I choose to love, because it's my heart that loves, my body to give, and my life to live. This blank canvas that used to be so dull, now filled with life, a masterpiece fit for a glorious frame, a creation that I can boast is all my own. So I leave behind Jackson and I hang up Jax in his place. Thank you.
Ooh, give it up for Jax. Unmute
That was so
yourself,
dope.
Jax.
That was
Jax,
so
one
dope.
of us.
Ooh.
One of us. Tell him, Jax.
One
How
of
you
us.
Yes.
One
Get it.
of us.
Tell him, Jax.
One of us.
Oh, man.
The people have spoken, Jax. You have ruined your Mondays because you're going to have to be with us all the time now. You are one of us. Jax, who is not on social media, Witness Protection Program. It's all good. We invite all of them. Make sure you put the info you had mentioned about the Slam Society, which is just done in the Zoom. So you can make sure you go check that out. The Society Slam on Twitter. That I guess Jax is part of. Jax, make sure you come back around, hang out with us. Enjoyed having you very much. Divine sex, Jax. You don't have to tell us who you're fucking, but you just got to say you're having divine sex, and that's why you're not hanging out with us. All right? Or the next great American novel. Those are the only two excuses. All right, let's keep it moving now. We are going to, and I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Dari Nunez Art. I got your name right?
That's BX, baby. Let's get it.
BX? All right, you in the Bronx. But then I got to take them. My Bronx brother, I got to ask you, where have you been?
Go.
We've been doing this for nearly 90 weeks, and it's your first time with us. Where have you been?
I've been having divine sex, but the woman ain't ready for me. So I guess it's just I'm better than them. And then I've been working on my book. I've been trapped in my mind working on my book, man.
You know what?
This is the next American great novel, but it's my book. Let's
You
get
know
it.
what? You know what, Dari? Those are great excuses. I forgive you. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out.
Right here is in my handle. It says Dari Nunez Art. That's also my YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I promote healthy living. Drink 1 gallon per water per day, and just follow my YouTube and my Instagram, and that's me. Do I just start off?
Go ahead, brother. Floor is yours.
All right, so since y'all was talking about cleaning, I have this poem. It's named Cleaning. Cleaning. Do you know how to move in the path without a path, where all you see is dust, puff, roaches, and rats, in the floor full of glass? You have to move your ass. Find the meaning in cleaning. When you're cleaning, I love the feeling when everything is done. That fresh, pleasing feeling. Nothing more, nothing less. After that, just don't leave me no mess, because I don't want that. After really cleaning the stress without no GPS, cleaning is the meaning of holiness, cleanliness and God, or finding the true meaning of life. Just your intuition. Agarra tu cloro, jabón, mop, clean up, you a cabillón. Ponte a limpiar, ponte pa' lo tuyo. Que este reguero está bien cabrón. No sé,
Unmute yourselves and give it up.
Yes. One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us.
BX in the building. Dari, you too. Listen, Dari, you're going to have to have Divine Sex Tuesday through Sunday and maybe early Monday, because Monday nights you're going to have to come hang out with us now. Make sure you go give Dari a follow at Dari Nunez Art, also on YouTube. Make sure you go check him out. He's a YouTuber, Clean Living. I like that he drank the water. He's like, ooh, I love that. I love that. Dari Nunez, welcome to Monday Nights, brother. Appreciate having you. BX in the building. I love it. All right. Now we're going to my man in Florida, who I gave a shout out for just hanging out with us, but he came to share poetry, and that is Gustav Salas. Gustav, you know the deal. Let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to give us that fire.
Yo, what's up? From Florida, I bring in The Widow's Son and another poem called Busboys and Poets. This is the widow's son. Must I still search for the one to heal the wounds of the widow's son? Or have I found her inside you, strong yet weak for wounded too? Can our love help to heal as only love can when it's real? For I have died and been reborn, cast off the cloak for it was worn. Still reeling we are from 3 grave wounds, wandering lost in the desert's endless dunes, struggling against tyranny and superstition, the head wound of mind control through repetition, the death of thought, the road to perdition, the throat wound to silence our tongue has turned us to liars, everyone. Slaves to a freedom in name only, lost in a crowd, perpetually lonely, dying by degrees for the courage to say what you think and feel, for it won't go away. The wounded heart is the real ass kicker, human feeling atrophied, nothing sicker. Narcissism, sociopathy crowd you to the borderline, living this lie, pretending everything is fine. I propose to heal the wounds of the human spirit. I write this now in hopes that you will hear it. Tyranny thrives because we let it. Don't lie, don't buy their lies. Please don't forget it. Okay, this is called For Busboys and Poets. This is for poets and busboys, lost in this land of misfit toys, hungry, rabid, roaming the streets, seeking sustenance, living on beats, sharing wisdom learned the hard way to find the light of a brand new day, where love is seen as the highest reason, greed and tyranny recognized as treason. Living in truth and bathing in beauty, our bond to one another the highest duty, living and doing as we will, every second a new thrill, peace and love our currency, in control of our own destiny, after so long waiting, finally free. This is my vision, I hope you can see. They may have taken power in this nation, but they can never own our imagination.
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Let's give some energy to Gustavs.
Yes, Gustav. Yes. Yeah.
Gustav Salas coming out of Florida. Gustav, make sure you put your info in the chat so that people can follow you. He has become a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Marissa Prada who put him on tour. Shout out to Marissa Prada, who thankfully did not come here today because she is a Green Bay Packers fan. But we're not going to talk about that because as far as I'm concerned, the NFL season didn't happen this year. All right. Ron Mark Thompson, are you here? Where's Ron? Where's Ron? Is Ron? Yeah, Ron's here. Ron Mark Thompson, you are about to become a very popular man. I am going to read off the people we have rocking out at Hybrid. If you would like to perform at Hybrid and you did not perform last month and you would like to perform online, hit up Ron Mark Thompson right here, not after the show, only during the show. Hit him up here on Zoom. Let him know that you are interested, and he will let me know. Jenna Fleeson is next. We're not going to go to her right now because a bunch of people are going to be hitting up Ron first. I want to make sure people listen to her poetry. So hit up Ron Mark Thompson. If you did not perform in Hybrid in November, I've only got 3 spots left. It is going to be from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern this Saturday, okay? So if you want to rock out online with us, I got 3 spots left. Make sure you hit up Ron Mark Thompson. The only thing is, you can't have performed at the Hybrid in November, okay? So let me read the people that I have performing in person. Now, I didn't mean to do this, right? It happened organically. But this Hybrid, in terms of the people who are in person, it's mostly the ladies. It's going to be the ladies' night, and we're going to rock out. So with that being said, I have who I said, like Jenna Fleeson, who's back in New York City. She will be performing at this Hybrid, and you're going to hear her in a second. We have Mia, who's going to be rocking with us. She's rocked that Hybrid before. She didn't rock last month, so she's able to rock this month in person. And she's rocked that, like I said, rocked that Hybrid before and killed it and promised not to cut me. We have Miro. She will be rocking this Saturday. We have Vexed Lex, the nice hair. She can come with her nice hair, and we're going to film it. We're going to make sure all of her exes are upset that, they're not with her. We're going to have Ray Camacho, Ray and all his energy. Ray's working really hard to try to make Puerto Rico work for us. A lot of people are like, We got a lot going on with 2 venues, 1 mic. But right now we're talking about hybrid. We always also got my man Ronan Rose, who I got to meet through Royal Marsh, who I mentioned before. You know I love me some Royal Marsh. Also, we have Elizabeth Strauss, who's going to be rocking with us in December. Elizabeth is also going to be coming up later on our open mic. Also, we have Idionga. She's going to be joining us. This woman is deadly. The last time, and she pulled a Ray Jane on us. She came up to the mic, was all kinds of sweet, and just hit us with it. So she's going to be rocking out with us. And as I mentioned earlier, last and definitely not least, our host of the Thursday night online open mic, the woman who started the online open mics for the New Yorican Poets Cafe, La Bruja, will be performing and rocking with us. If you want to come and just hang out with us in attendance, in audience, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or my email, advocateofwords@gmail for the email. But if you got Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, you hit me up. Let me know if you're interested, because we have to make sure we're only allowed like 50 to 60 people in the cafe. And I know I've gone over that before, and I can't go over that again because I do not want the cafe to get fined. So I think we have given enough space and time for people to bother on. And now we are going to go to Jenna Fleeson, who will be rocking this Saturday. I finally got to meet Jenna in person a couple of months ago. It was beautiful. Jenna, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. Welcome back, sis.
Thank you so much. I had a big thing going on with my grandma, so if you guys could send prayers her way. She's doing a lot better, so I'm back in New York. You guys can follow me at jenna.fleeson. The link to my chapbook is in that bio. So in honor of being back into New York, I have a poem for you guys. It's called 44 Willoughby Street. At the corner 99-cent pizza shop, there is a zero bullshit policy. At 3 a.m, when you do not know what slice you want, kindly remove yourself from the assembly line advancing to the register and resolve your indecisiveness away from the unhesitant. Despite this rule, I can't shake the thought that the grease behind the counter would think me a fatso for ordering multiple pieces. Put on a face to disguise my disinterest in trying new flavors, as if I'm interested in a white slice with spinach, as if I need to justify it with the fact that this is the only meal I've eaten today, as if I'm not already in a battle trying to feed myself when eating feels a whole lot like self-harm. Yet when he says, next, I can only mumble, 1 cheese slice, please. So that's the first one. And then I have another short one for you too. That's sort of revolved around eating too. This one's called Quarantine Routine. When your pandemic pounds won't fall off with ease, practice aiming your computer camera for Zoom calls. Make them perceive you as healthy. Instagram post a lunch salad as you're in the McDonald's drive-thru. Be afraid of contracting COVID, because when you're sick, others will remind you that studies show that mortality rates are higher for those with obesity. Realize you'll always need to wear a mask, not just a surgical one. Thank you, everyone. So excited to see you on Saturday.
Unmute yourselves. Give some love for
Jenna, fuck us up with her poems, Fleeson.
Jenna Fleeson, make sure you give her a follow. Jenna, are you going to be here to the end of the show? Yes, or no? Yes? All right, I'd like you to close us out with the Good Night Sweet Poet poem. I'm going to send it to you so you end the night for us, all right? I will send it to you so you read everything. I will give you the script. You will be good. She's like, wait, I don't have the script. I will send it to you. I will let you know. Jenna, also put your info in the chat one more time so people can, I have half of it memorized. Awesome. Make sure you put your info in the chat so people know where to follow you. I will send you that info. Okay. I got 3 more people on the guaranteed list. Then I want to get to the waiting list. And first up is, let me make sure, Elizabeth Strauss, a.k.a. Deadpan Lizzie, a.k.a. Beanie God, who will be rocking out with us this Saturday at Hybrid. Deadpan Lizzie, let the people know they can find you online, sis.
Thanks, brother. If you want to read about all the divine sex in the Great American Anthology, it's in Touching Tongues. ES_Strauss for more on that. and me and the 30 other brilliant female erotic poets in this novel, published by our own Marissa Prada. Okay, I wrote like 7 poems today, but I'm only going to read one. It is for the prompt. It's called One Powerful Sneeze. Walking in the chilly morning wind, I think the pep in my step is coming back. Last week, my world was blah. I mean, truly blah. I could not shake my blue heart. It felt like it was the soccer ball in the World Cup Championship. As Sting strummed his guitar, a brand new day, a brand new week, locking eyes with the mural of our holy sanctuary, my mood shifted back to what feels almost me. The hues that reflect our souls and words in the paint on the side of the cafe brought me back to a place of happiness. Turning the corner, seeing the theaters I left my talents in, friends and lovers have left theirs in as well. Memories washing over me, reflecting on how much I have grown within 10 years, 30 if I'm being honest. Songs sent by friends, bringing smiles to my punum or schmeckeleinen, not smile in Yiddish, not schmeckel, unless it's a giant strap-on, just this lesbian's favorite toy when the lights go out and the candles melt into the evening, or all over my torso. Yes, this beanie god is kinky. She likes it S&M water sign style. As the day has come to a close, I'm suddenly excited about singing Old Lang Syne. Not Dan Fogelberg's version, it's too depressing. But I caught a little sneeze, caught a light breeze, caught a light-weighted lightning seed, just what the doctor ordered. I needed the nudge of throwing the gauntlet down. Sting can always bring me back to life. Why did I not seek him earlier last week? I wasn't ready. But I'm looking straight to my heart, and we are slowly on the mend. I found my message in the bottle on the Lower East Side of the New Rican Poets Cafe. Thank you.
Ooh, unmute yourselves and give some kinky love to Deadpan Lizzie.
Bringing it.
All them references.
My message in the bottle.
Yes.
ES_Strauss. Go give her a follow. She's also a realtor in New York. If you're looking to move closer to the New Rican Poets Cafe, you can hit her up. Deadpan Lizzie will be rocking out with us on Saturday. And let me just let y'all know, I don't care how nice or polite all of these people are, right? We got a bunch of freaks in the Zoom room, all right? Artists are freaks. I just want to say that. And there is a long history of that at the New Rican Poets Cafe that I will tell you about, but only in person, because half of what I'm going to tell you is totally illegal and I'm not going to get the cafe in trouble. With that being said, and I'm not even lying on that, you have no idea. That being said, we are going to our next poet, his first time rocking out with us here on the Monday Night Online Open Mic, and that is Chance the Poet. Let me unmute Chance the Poet, who apparently tells me that I came to his school twice in 2015, aka I am a little bit old, aka he has gotten a little bit older. So where are you? Are you in San Francisco now? Is that why you got the Golden Gate Bridge behind you, or?
Curry playing tonight. You know, I got to support him.
Oh, okay. Golden State Warriors fan here. I got you, brother. Chance, is a pleasure to see you. I'm glad that you have joined us. Let us know where the people could find you online, and then you, brother, got 3 minutes to rock out. Welcome to Mondays.
Thank you. Hi everyone. My name is Chance. On TikTok, you can follow me at Chance_the_poet, and Instagram. My Instagram is c.skywalker, SKI for sky. I have 2 pieces I would like to share with you guys. The first one is the title of this piece. You have replenished me. You have replenished my heart, filling me with peace and tranquility. With a simple touch, she has calm waters that others have drowned in. My eyes flickered, for I have never seen a woman with utmost divinity, a goddess of sorts. She my savior, and I her prophet. And the next one is lucid fantasies. I've dreamt of her touch, her whispers, her cries. She's anxious, for no man has ever made her feel the things I've made her feel. Touching herself as she awaits my arrival. Impatient, she pulls me towards her and whispers, take it. Patience wearing thin, I cling to her, kissing her as she breathes heavily down my neck. She's ready, giving herself up to me. Her eyes widening as I begin to slip inside her, slowly creeping up her walls, I bring her closer so I can dig deeper, reaching far beyond her soul. Her walls, my genesis, a sacred place I've been given a personal invitation to. I say, yeah.
Ooh, unmute yourself. Give it up for Chance the Poet.
Yes.
Bus.
One of us. One of us. One of us. One of us.
You hear it, Chance? You hear it? You done messed up, man. You're gonna have to tell that spatial lady you can't see her on Mondays because you're gonna come hang out with us. The people screamed that you one of us. Chance the Poet, rocking out on TikTok, by the way. My kid loves TikTok. Make sure you put your info into the chat so that people can copy and paste it. And shout out to Willie A. He said that that's your son. So I don't know if that's like, if he was like, he meant it for real, or like, you know, he was joking, but he just got a lot of love for you, whatever. But I love seeing the support, yo. Shout out to Willie A with the support. Shout out to Chance the Poet, man. Chance was like, yo, I saw you back in 2015 at my school twice. Yeah, your school has invited me back in a while, man. You better hit your old school up. Let them know to bring me back, all right? I know I got the white hairs now. Chance the Poet, appreciate you. Good luck to the Warriors, all right? My Knicks suck, so I don't care what happens in basketball right now. All right, we're going to the end of our guaranteed list so that I can get into the waiting list. Now we are going with the honey trap, the man who is going to be hosting the karaoke holiday singing night, and that is Mr. Paul Conque. So when everything works out, he may be hosting the karaoke night at the New Eureka Poets Cafe, which we are hoping for. I'm definitely hoping for. Paul, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out. Paul.
I'm sticking to 3. I promise you. I rehearsed this.
My man. Go ahead. Let him. All right, but first, let them know where they can find you, and then get into it.
At Paul Conqueso on IG and Linktree. Storm Gods in the building. Men Who Heal. Storm Force. All right, this piece is on healing. It's called Synecdoche. I let you break me open. I allowed you to crack and suck out my contents like bone marrow, like a muscle's muscle, a mollusk pried from shell. A salt-poured slug, decomposing out in the open, naked and hopeless. I let you break me like a promise, pinky, sworn hope to die with fingers crossed behind our backs. Still, you took my wrist and fractured it, snatched my hand, attached appendage from its limb and left me numb. Reflecting oculus, oddly watching as I punched the glass and watched its spider web hanging off its chips, Peter parking car with tailpipe clog, all the Gwen Stacy myself without having to ever have felt. Special hell for never bugs who were never loved, that inner Tinkerbell stomping foot and jealousy and judgment that perhaps I deserve all these threats. I deserve to be left. The dissonance of dissidence gives intent to a kid so intense, not even cognitive behavioral therapist could save his shit, wondering if that miscarriage was my karmic debt for being so paternally overjoyed and then petrified. For diffidence of loving an accident like my parents did, well aware his existence was of no intent, that the lack of progesterone was perhaps protecting my future kin. I knowing I ain't had yet done the necessary healing of my inner kid, fear of abandonment swelling like black streets. Don't leave me, girl. Threatening every partner with that well-worn needle and thread, quilts of trauma patchworking. If you take your love away from me, I'll go crazy. Ironically causing me to sabotage and abandon every well-intended thing with hopes for wings, sprinkling fairy dust upon hopeful partners. But sometimes I stalemate with frail mates who can't equate my trauma today with what happened when I was 8. And listen, I was 8. I was only 8. And say what you need, but a piece of me stayed forever stuck in that day. Just this once, though, I do not fancy myself Peter, but rather the crocodile and ticking clock swallowed along with Hook's hand. Save the trauma for your mama and all that they said. But my mom died while I was throwing a party trying to impress some girl, and so my creator passed quietly in the night alone when my sister could have been home to notice, to pump breath through her airways or send ambulance so she still might be alive today. But instead, you know, there were Jello shots and King's Cup played, and that girl never even came. So what was the point of it all, really? Am I just living to outrun my own blood clot mislodging itself? From my calf to lung, slipping the tongue tongue to reach second base on third date between death and fate, afraid my heart might stop like Tio, Titi, my grandma, and my matriarchal metronome of death's right hand clutching left side of breath and never land breath telling me not to rest, not to sleep, not to land, as if to die in some fiery wreck or pirate ship capsizes, captains necrotize, boys desiring to touch the sky as she touches thigh, pulls me into the long hand's grip. The clock, it ticks, it talks, but who's afraid of an old dead croc trying to tread this deep end? But it all depends on defense mechanisms. Am I not swimming, taking on water? Maybe I sing so much to avoid oral thrush or facing such heaviness of my anvilish thoughts tied to ankle. Perhaps the logical flaw of my own plank walk is that I don't know how to deal with feeling whole when my entire existence has been in survival mode. Thus, it's so hard to be a healing being, seeing myself only as an anxious, bulimic crocodile deeming depression as the demon, self-harming addict making his marks inside back of throat rather than arm. But I must caution not some figure of speech speaking for all who might identify with me and be a synecdoche half expectedly. Instead, I'd rather have my own story be a metonymy for getting better eventually. The clean slate of a fairy tale ending I can break, rewriting blank pages, walk planking to find my mate. So I hold my nose, close my eyes, walking blind off this diving board, cognizant I might sink, I might float, or perhaps I might just fly, might just live long enough to fill the slate with the story of my still being here. Is that not the happiest thought that there is?
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Paul.
God's in the
building. At Paul Gon Queso, when you spell queso, that's with a Q, Q-U-E-S-O. Go give this man a follow, y'all. Whew, that's a heavy story right there, right? That's a heavy story. Like I told you, we may hear some mommy and daddy poems, and we may hear some vulnerable poems like that. Go give this man a follow. I appreciate your bravery, Mr. Paul Gon Queso. I got 4 people on the waiting list. I am going to get to them. But before we do that, Ron Mark Thompson, one time, let the people know who you got info for that are interested in signing up for hybrid. And then one more time, let them know where they can follow you online, brother.
Thank you so much. You can follow me at Ron Mark Thompson or my organization at BXAFH. I'll put that in the chat. Liz is teaching a workshop this Friday. I'll be guest hosting Thursday Fincapulary, and I'll be at the hybrid supporting Advocate on the back end. So for the online portion at the hybrid on Saturday, Advocate, I have 5 people. One more person just signed up. Do I give you the first 3 or all 5?
Well, name all 5, and whoever we can't get to, I will try to get them into the January show, because I only have 3 spots left, but during the week, people may fall out or may call out. So who are the 5 that sent you their names, and I will make sure I speak to them this week.
Okay, so the 5 are Tara Lee, Drews Wayne, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Dominic Colding, or D Truth and Love as we know her, and Chance the Poet, we just heard from him a few minutes ago, and Finn Bell from San Francisco, from the West Coast. Those are the 5 persons.
Awesome, awesome. So I am going to see what room we have. I will be hitting the people up, and whatever 2 people are unable to get on from that list, who knows, other people may have bowed out. But if there's 2 people from that list that can't get on this month, I will make sure I get them on next month. Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. So let us get it going now with Mr. Thomas Connor, the first man on the waiting list. Wait, where did he go? Mr. Thomas Connor left? Okay, he's not here. I don't know.
No, I'm here.
Okay. I was like, where'd you go? All right, Thomas, let the people know where they can find you online, brother. Then you got 3 minutes to rock out.
All right, man. I can be found at Thomas Connor at Facebook and TAC7371 at Instagram. So I performed this on my my open mic this weekend at Marissa Prada's. Here we go. I've almost forgotten the taste of fear, the bitterness of tree limbs, bark broken, splintering on my tongue, the taste of oak wood, scent of pine as they prepare me to swing high and low with no seat chariot. Just the scent of pine coffins, they still try to bury us with these trees. Struggle to give up my ghost, I not. As they tried to swing me in this twist of rope, we still living in the fear that runs in the speed of scurry just above a banter. We move gentle and fragile along the Mississippi. They search for necks to stretch. We hold on by a thread. The rope of reconstruction breaks the vein of my existence. Resistance seems futile. My inevitable final take makes death cinematic. Cheeks and face blend in blue. This nightmare alley sealed on both ends. The north, not always that welcoming. My tears dripping on my tongue, dripping on the tongue of Aneba's God. He is the forever dead. Midnight rider, horse hoofs burst in flame. I, avoiding the burn of underworld embers, I reach for the sky. I reach for the most high, hoping my prayers don't die along with me. I see Baltimore just ahead. End poem.
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Give some love.
Right
to
on.
Connor.
That was so
Wow,
fucking dope.
Thomas.
So fucking dope.
All right.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Thomas.
Thomas Connor. Thomas, put your info in the chat so the people can give you a follow. Shout out to Finn Bell, who has just joined us. She was watching on YouTube, but she decided, I want to be with the beautiful people on Zoom. I appreciate seeing you, sis. Thank you for being here. Next, coming up on the waiting list is Alexander Goldberg, the man that I am determined to go skydiving with. Woohoo! Brother, let the people know where they can find you online. It's good to see you again. I'm liking your haircut, by the way. Let them know where they can find you online. Then you got 3 minutes to rock.
Find me online, Alexander Golbensky Goldberg on Facebook, Golbensky on Instagram, and Anagon15 on Twitter. So the poem that I'm presenting tonight is called Clean Slate After Tornado. A major tornado hit 5 of our states, and it is the biggest in 100 years. One my generation had not seen before. Last time, it was raging in 74. The damage this year is to be calculated. The rescuers search for those who were affected. We don't know the death toll. 100 were told. Disaster has captured the eyes of the world. This recent tornado is one of the worst. The state where I'm living has suffered the most. Kentucky had neighborhoods that were destroyed. My house was brought down. Now it can't be restored. I see that I lost everything that I had. I have to rebuild my life, wipe the clean slate. Although I was warned that the hurricane's near, I didn't expect it to be so severe. The wind was so strong that it turned over cars, tore roofs of the buildings. The train has collapsed. In just a few minutes, storm swept through the state. In Mayfield, the lightning has struck Kendall Plant. The people are missing. Some say there are hundreds, with minimal chances to find the survivors. It looks like a battlefield from horror films. No houses remain, damaged cars, fallen trees. It was not just like Dresden right after the bombings. I have heard the moans and I have seen the bodies. Now it's my reality that is so sad, and I really feel like it's driving me mad. I can't watch this wreckage that now is my life. I cry, but I'm lucky that I am alive. There's curfew in place. The crews currently try, at least to restore broken power supply. The people are coming together. They huddle. Rescuers are working. They're shifting the rubble. Will they find survivors, or is it too late to give someone their second chance? A clean slate.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Alex.
Yes.
Yes. Go
Alex-
Bird.
Alexander
In the
Goldberg,
building.
GOAT. A mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. He has been here damn near since like day one. He's right, like back in April or May of last year, I think. He came really early on. Make sure you give him a follow. Wordz, the Goldberg. Love this dude, yo. And of course, my well wishes and condolences and prayers and thoughts and good energy to all those affected by the hurricane a few days ago. That was nuts. I think last thing I read that they counted there was like 22 hurricanes that hit. I mean 22 tornadoes that hit. But don't Go look up that information. I may be off, but I know that they got hit bad out there. So one more time, make sure you go give Alexander the Goatberg a follow. Also on Facebook. My man, we're gonna go skydiving soon. With that being said, I got two people left, Ed Foreman and then Drew Swain. So now let us go to Mr. Poetastic, Ed Foreman. Ed, brother, it's always a pleasure to have you. Let everyone know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to kick it.
Sure, no problem, my brother. Thanks, Advocate. Thanks for pushing me through and all the stuff that you do. Okay, if you want to follow me, please put in, if you want to follow me, look in the chat so you know where it's at. Okay, this is called Dirt and Snow. A clean slate, there's no such thing. Everything's dirty, even your clothes and rings. Clean slate, you and I aren't holy. If you believe, you're not telling the whole story. Clean slate, everyone did or done something unclean. Don't scowl at me, I don't want to be mean. Clean slate, you think your flaw is perfection? Trust me, that word has no logical satisfaction. Clean slate, we're all been or been abused by some a-hole. Thank goodness we still have our heart and soul. Clean slate, you can't be innocent in this world. Some things can make you barf and hurl. Clean slate, please stop lying to yourself. Childhood memories, oh, you hide that book on a shelf. Clean slate, there was one man who was holy and supreme. He wanted to save, but couldn't because of the fiends. Clean slate, you don't know? This world will eat and drink you alive. Your innocence is delicious as soda or wine. Clean slate, you think it's that easy to forget or forgive? No, the mud's with you wherever you go or live. Clean slate, toss it far and deep in the dirt. We all know denial hurts. Clean slate, please learn and don't do it ever again. Tell your family and friends before you reach a blank end. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give it up for Ed Poetastic.
Poetastic.
Woo,
yeah.
Poetastic.
Yay.
Go Eddie.
Ed Foreman. He decided to do a PG version. He tends to like every now and then drop us with a mommy and daddy poem, as I like to say. Representing DC out there. Appreciate having you on as always, Ed. Love having this dude. And for those who are wondering the type of poem that he just did, some of the poetic device he used is called an anaphora. That is when you begin each line with the same word or the same phrase. And I'm just saying that again because Finn Bell, when someone had done that last year, Finn Bell was in the audience and she caught it and she put that word out there. And I was like, who's this woman that knows that? Also on the flip end, if you tend to see a poem that has the words or lines repeating at the end, that is called an apostrophe. Just letting you know. With that being said, we are now getting to our last poet of the night. And we got to meet him 2 weeks ago. And I am a comic book nerd, so I appreciate this name. And that is Drew Wayne. Drew, let the people know where they can find you online. And you got 3 minutes to kick it, brother. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm on Twitter at I am Drew Swain. Okay, just wrote it in the comments. Also wanted to announce I'm actually going to be on Trigger Warning Season 2 on Netflix. And would love to invite some people on there from I'm getting in with TDE, and they had the recent Oklahoma post, and it was New Folder, and you know, based on MF Doom, who had rocked New York a few years ago. So yeah, MF Doom, Oklahoma, put the pieces together. So yeah, would love to have this be a part of it, and I will have more information for you all at a soon period with that. So here's my poem song for the night. Hey, yeah, I walk this road now. Hey, yeah, I'm about to float like the tablet had it. Float like the tablet at the work in progress party. I rewrote past margins. How my song started, I was out of my comfort zone. Russell Wilson scrapping, had to step up my pocket like I'm Josh Allen. Sunday night at Empire, Buffalo playing pit. Thought of Mac Miller, saw his poster on the wall. Oh shit, flow quick, I slowed it down with melody. A mix of K. Dot and Mac, heard him through my own telepathy. Told me to rise above, ain't no way they can frighten you. The haters stay liking you, but they ain't siphoning you. Remember when the shots fired, wonder where they was heading. Maybe I'm almost to heaven, like Chevy at the levee. Another way I went away from all the cameras. Lights and blind to shine, innocent, they asked to damage you. Remember, I be trying to keep it peaceful. I ain't wanting the 90s to have a sequel. Tupac and Biggie souls, I'm bringing y'all Nirvana. Went a long way from place that replaced Tivana. Oh, wait, I was just repeating cycles like a bike. I'm Jay, they call it cap when I supply. The product of my music is a lie. No, they gon' call it cap. I'm a plant when I sponge got it on the mic. That's a verb. Hey, yeah, I walk this road now. Hey, yeah, I'm about to float like bubbles that they make like a spacecraft. I show them how everything I do make them say last. My day craft coffee, night craft music. They said I'm stupid, lifestyle foolish. Changed my beliefs on the populist ruling. Maybe why should suicide return as black students? Learn from the past like we all do sometimes. Maybe all of us could learn from our time at lunchtime, like what kind of school you went. Why was you found truant? My songs ain't claimed as juices. They saying I'm too brutish. I'm never famed with music. My opinion is lucid. I need to stop dreaming. My energy too weaving. I never make sense in my rhyming basic. My ego in phases. My soul be awakening. Shit, man, what the fuck he rhyming about? He quick, man, but he know his time isn't now. Some thoughts was in the past, but I ain't talking women. They said that I can't rap now. My jeans, they be looking. Hey, yeah, I walk this road now. Hey, yeah, I'm about to float like the acid had a tab, saw the future. I'm go how it happened, trying to place my future. I saw all my art and they said I would rule. I'm past my first start, now I'm bringing the fuel. The shit was so abstract but super put together. The rest of the night, I ain't been wanting to remember. Was that night a question or a statement of guilt? I wondered about aggression and the family quilt. Thought about the feelings that I had as a kid. Wrote Pokemon Emerald story online with the shits. Like, what the fuck happened? Why do I sleepwalk? Maybe ghosts happen. Maybe I see God. Maybe 90s follow me. Joe Meek don't talk to me. I'm leaving cycles behind. The TV ain't gonna rewind. Suburban Nas, driving to Shawnee. My sister born with Pokemon on the TV in the car. It was a Suburban. Turn the shit off. The cycles ain't gonna rewind. That was Pokemon. Word to capital Steez 47. My name is Drew Swain. Thank you very much.
Unmute yourselves and give some love to Drew Swain.
Wow.
For the evening.
Oh my God.
Appreciate
Please
that.
close it up. Wow.
Okay.
Singing, poetry, rapping, Drew Swain. Give him a follow. This is the second time he's rocked out with us. I think he's addicted to, just like all of you watching. This has been the Monday Night Online Open Mic. I appreciate y'all so much. I so love doing this every week. We are going to be back next week, every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. We are doing this. Like I said, information to sign up. Make sure that you go give me a follow on my Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Advocate of Wordz. And when you spell words, that's with a Z at the end, because poetic license. If you want to rewatch this show, this open mic, any of our past open mics, or you would like to share this with your friends, especially those who have signed up and rocked out, make sure you go follow the New Eurekan Poets Cafe on Facebook and YouTube. That is where you will be able to find it. I will see all of you on Thursday, and closing it out, because you have heard my voice all night. We like to close it out with one of the poets from the community. And tonight we're going to close it out with Jenna Fleeson. Wait, where's Jenna? Where's Jenna? Where's Jenna? I don't see where oh, there she is. Oh, she's driving. Uh-oh.
No, I'm not driving. I'm just in a car. But I have yeah, I'm gonna give you guys the Good Night Sweet Poet poem. Okay, ready, everyone? Everyone say it with me, but on mute, of course. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative as tonight's poems. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting the spirit of Miguel Alagarin in your home. This has been the Monday Night Online Open Mic, presented by the New Eurekans Poets Cafe and hosted by the one and only Advocate of Wordz. And on behalf of the community, I, Jenna, would like to say good night, sweet poet.